Hello, good people of the internet. Today we're playing Dwarven Realms, a game which reminds me of World of Warcraft. If World of Warcraft were a hack and slash ARPG with no open world, limited player interaction, where your characters reset every season and lacking all sorts of polish. But okay, maybe it's not like World of Warcraft at all, but let's try and find out what it is like. You can go into these ruptures, which are like instances, and every instance that you complete, you can then unlock the next one or even two beyond. And you have a character who's going to sit in this world and you can get various weapons. So we currently have our bow equipped. You can fire it once by clicking, or if you double click, then they kind of continue firelessly. Yeah, fire continuously. There are other weapons. So we have, if I switch to this, we have like a spear thing, and we have this hook and an axe, and they all kind of are similar but different in different ways. There are things to pick up in the world. You get experience for everything, picking up things, and then we are in the Bone Worm Wasteland. I'm just going to fire from a distance. When we hit stuff, due to things that we have equipped, we get lots of arcane magic appearing, and we'll get into why that happens anyway later. You can also destroy various bits of the scenery almost too easily. As you can see, I don't think one arrow hit really should be destroying a big bone sticking out the ground. But it does. And the mob density in this game is relatively impressive. But what you'll probably want to do is focus on the, I don't know what they're called, epic? No. Elite, maybe? Because they drop you essence. And when you get essence, they will also drop an essence pickup, which you have to spend your essence. But ultimately, what you're trying to do in each of the ruptures is to get enough essence, even. And I'm going to swap to a different weapon, which is slightly better. You need enough essence. As you can see in the top left corner, there is a time limit, and you get enough essence, you can fight the boss of the area, and you complete the rupture. So we're getting already relatively close because we fought quite a few enemies. But you don't have to go immediately. You can wait around. Like now we're going to have enough essence. Or we can spend some of the essence, so now we're back under 100. And we don't have to do all those things just yet. And we can get lots and lots of resources whilst we're in this world, this rupture, which may be advantageous for us because, you know, there are these crates which give us coins and ore, logs, all of which we'll try and explain what you'll want to do with them. You can see that on occasion I'm getting hit, but because I have decent enough energy, well, health regen and or lifesteal, although I think the lifesteal I have is currently 0, then it doesn't really phase me that I'm getting hit. You can see our health is going down. In fact, maybe it should phase me a little bit. But yeah, so some of those drops you can see that we're spending essence for are giving us new weapons with new abilities and new bits of armor. And you can at any point, well, you don't have to whiz out if you don't want to. You can press I to see your inventory and you can see your character. We are level 36. It auto-generated us a name, and the name, you can type in your own name. Maybe that's for player safety. There are not too many options with the character build, and those are kind of the polish areas where it's maybe lacking. There is quite a bit of depth to the character build. So you have these stats, which every level up, I think you're going to get 2 points. Maybe it's 2 or maybe it's 4. And so you can give yourself strength, which gives you base damage, as you might expect. Agility gives you critical chance and lifesteal chance. Stamina gives you health and health regen. Endurance gives you life, steal, and energy regeneration amount. Luck is more damage against things. Dexterity increases your attack speed, move speed, and wisdom increases how much experience you get. And I love free experience, so I don't know, we'll get some dexterity as well, because that, as a reminder, gives me attack speed and move speed. And actually, we have quite a lot of strength. And then there are all these items. You can load out your character with helmets, chest plate, things, gloves, pants, according to the game, braves, shields and rings, and you get a little companion who does something. And at the bottom here, we have our trinkets, does the game call them? You have a goblet, you have a horn, and you have another trinket. Okay, they're not all called trinkets then. I think they call these offhands, which I don't know if someone would actually be able to hold 3 things at once, but I suppose if that was on your shoulder and you were constantly drinking and that was just like around your neck or something, I don't know where the game decides on this. Anyway, these give you special damage. So this causes apocalyptic arcane explosions all around you. There's the big pink fuzz that you can see everywhere. But it only happens when you hit something. And these 3 all match, and you can choose things which don't match. But given that this gives me plus 650%, plus 650%, and plus 725%, I liked those numbers quite a bit. I think I did get some more, which, like this, gives me 750%, but it's a different ability. This is like the ferocity of wolves damage, because your hits have a chance to imbue, the word, imbued? To be imbued? I don't know. Maybe it is a word. I mean, imbued is a word. With electric balls that attack your enemies. So you can get electric balls instead of this, and we can change that and, you know, see how that looks in a second. If we want to. Or, you know, you can get ones which cause a storm around you and damage all enemies. So it's like AoE. Common blades. So you can choose, you can mix and match if you want to. Or fire. And then you can choose your items such that maybe they do things which, you know, this advantage of fire damage is increased, so maybe I should be using fire. Does one of them increase arcane damage? No. It does also have some rarity system. I can't quite work out the colors. Is pink not as good as red, not as good as gold? Maybe. This bow does more damage than this one. And there are, this says, well no, that's the wrong one. This has crafting specs, which means that we can upgrade it. One thing I haven't shown you as well is that each of the weapons has various abilities, so we've just been using our normal auto attack. But if I hit Q, it kind of threw something out there. It was a bit hard to see. If I do it again, there you go. Or if we do R, then we do like a big slam down kind of attack. Even though you're supposed to double click, sometimes it doesn't like recognizing that a double click does what you're supposed to be doing. We get a supposedly unique weapon, and all of that time that we were spent in the menu, it didn't count for the rupture. And there is other progression as well. So let's go fight this boss, because we don't have to spend our time in here. We can go, you know, destroy this thing, get some more resources, whatever. Dwarven stone is maybe good and important, I don't know. But there is normally an epic armor container over here. We have now got desolated greaves of some kind. Anyway, we open up the path. I mean, will these guys go away? No. I'll just kill them anyway. And we're going to stop attacking, and we're maybe going to get out our bow, and then we can attack this guy. I like to use my bow because I like kiting things around. It has closed off the door now, the main arena. And because I have lots of endurance, is it endurance? What's the word? Dexterity. Because I like my dexterity, then I was able to move quickly still and run away from the boss. Anyway. We get lots and lots of things which we can use to upgrade. We can open crates. We get a trinket of fire. There is a codex thing which we'll maybe talk about in a second. And there is a reward. So we can summon a dragon of fire that desolates all enemies near it. That sounds cool. But we already just got one of those. Was it a trinket that we just got a second ago? Well, we can look before choosing. If we sort, and hopefully we can find it. So yeah, we have a trinket of fire. They do different things. Some on a beam of fire, some on a burning shield. So they all have the same name, but really they do different things. And we should probably stop shooting. Let's get it because it said the word dragon. That's cool. Dwarven runes. We can open crates, get various things, and when you're finished, you will have some essence left over. You can exchange it for ancient tablets, which we're going to use, and back to our home fort. And if you want, you could ignore the home fort and you can just go straight back into another thing. But really, between fights, this is where you want to do all the things to level up. So we looked at our inventory, which has this kind of leveling up thing. Did we go up level? Maybe only get 1 stat point level 1, even though I thought it was 2. There is another progression tree where you have this tree which has various nodes in it, which will give you many different things. So you start from this point at the bottom. You can get a vitality, which increases your max health, armor, attack damage, just percentage. Fire increases your fire abilities by 3%. And then there is slightly bigger nodes, which do slightly bigger things. So ground vitality increases your HP and armor by 10%. Slice and dice increase your agility and attack speed by 10. And arcane fury, so that's the arcane fury thing. In fact, if we want to increase our damage with our arcane abilities, we should probably get all those things. But I was just aiming for these big things, so I kind of went this way. There is this War Strike ability, which gives you a chance on hits to increase base damage by 35 seconds. So you'll be doing more damage after you hit something. Well, there's a chance to do that. What else we got? Energy regeneration, critical damage, increase strength for 5 seconds. Let's go for that. We kind of need to work our way around. In fact, we're not going to have enough points to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh well, we don't have enough points, but we could have. Almost got close. And then what else we have? We have like all these stations in the game. I think it's linked to the portal. Maybe it's linked to your max level. When you, current level. When you come back, every time or most times, every 2 levels or something, you'll be getting a new bit to your fort that looks like there's still quite a lot of space here. As with the world, you can actually destroy various things. Okay, not the walls, but like all of these buildings. As long as they don't do something, I think. Which is great. It gives you loads of free things. Maybe it shouldn't do this. There's like a training area over here, which shows you how much DPS we're doing. That's the kind of thing that you like. But maybe I didn't explain the green things that appear on the ground. They give you health and refresh your energy. Pressing spacebar makes you dash, which uses up some of your energy. That's the gold orb. I suppose it's stamina. But the game calls it energy. Anyway, the things that it first gives you are these crafting stations. So you will be picking up wood, and apparently, how many do we have? Quite a lot. You can wait here, and then it will convert your wood into planks, and we have loads and loads of planks. Or you can just set it doing its thing, go somewhere else, craft all these things. But apparently, we don't have enough of those files. That's fine, because we did it before. And then when you come back, you can take them all. Those things show up in your inventory down here, but as not in item slots, but as like just numeric things. Numeric things. You know what I mean. Anyway, so what would you do with all these resources? Well, that's what all these benches are for. There is this rupture card thing, which I think every time you open up a rupture, you get one of these quartz crystals. So I guess I haven't used them all up, which may be good. And I can choose to either get, well, I can reroll or get extra experience and strength, or experience and dexterity, energy regeneration and damage bonus, and inventory slots. I like my dexterities and experience, so we're going to go with that. And that gains me bonuses. I don't know how long those bonuses last or if they're just infused onto the character because it says infused. I don't really know where to go look up that because I can't see it anywhere. I suppose there's a couple of things in here which I haven't mentioned. There are mounts and skins. You can get on your mount by pressing F, as long as you don't get hit by an enemy. And I think the game allows you to buy cosmetic mounts, as well as, well, I don't know if pets are in the game, skins as well for your character. And the other thing is there is a fossil of the Dwarven demigods, which starts out empty, I think. And you upgrade it by getting these stones, which, as it says here, you can use this to permanently add armor to a Dwarven demigod fossil. And you right click and, oh, what does this do? This adds armor 0.01%. So at the moment it's on 11.81. If we right click it, it's now going to be on 11.8. Okay, but I didn't do anything. Great. Well, we have a stack of 3 experience bonus stones here, which should take us to 5.34. And indeed they do. And attack speed as well. Probably, well, not, I don't know. I didn't look at the number. Anyway, so that's things you can do in that menu. The Codex Enchantment Station, that was the thing that popped up as we killed the boss. There was a thing in the ground that looked a little bit like this. And it allows us to imbue unique items with affixes, as it calls it. I guess these are unique items. So we could potentially take, well, I guess you have to take it off. Where's it gone? Because there were some gaps up there. We put this in here. This item cannot be enchanted. Great. It's not unique enough. But maybe this one is. And then we can imbue it with something. And these are things that we have collected from defeating the bosses. So if we want to, we can gain extra experience, bonus and value of gems when imbuing into a fossil if your character is hardcore and has never been in a fellowship. Fellowship is like a guild. I guess you can maybe fight together. I know I haven't done it. So you can do these things and get special abilities on your items. That's what this can do. But it does actually require a flawless residue diamond, which, oh, okay, I do have some. I was going to say, it also says it requires 0. Or maybe it requires some, but I haven't actually done it. You can craft offhand. So these are those horn, goblet, and trinket things. We already have them. But if you add in lightning scraps and horn scraps, then that will improve it. So this is, it doesn't actually say how it's going to improve it, but maybe it would if we had the required resources there, possibly. And that's how you can make them better. Your workbench with your normal items. So these are the blue ones. If we just chuck one in here, you can see already it has damage and it has critical chance, but it also says it has 7 crafting specs. So you can either upgrade the existing ones, so we can say let's have more damage, and it requires iron ingots, the planks, and the flour, ground up flowers, which we got from our forges and other things at the beginning. And also one uses up a crafting spec, and the damage goes up by a small amount, and also we increase something, I don't know. Or you can unlock a new ability, you can imbue a new ability, and you can choose what do you want. Do you want lifesteal? Do you want dexterity? Okay, in this case, let's go with dexterity. Why not? And now it gives, you know, an extra little bonus. And you can either, I don't know if there's a maximum, or you can say actually want even more dexterity, and you can upgrade this. And now we have even more. And you can do that for all of your normal magic or unique items, I suppose. And it has gone up. Now it was blue, it's now yellow. So maybe if we do it again, it'll go to pink, and I don't know, the order, whatever the order is. Maybe pink is better than this color, because, or maybe it's just in some weird order. Who knows? Yes, this looks a lot better. So we should equip that. Not in here, just generally equip it. It can be a bit hard to track all these sorts of things when you have so many items in your inventory. So that is where the disenchant station comes in use. If you say any things you put in here, like I just assume these are all going to be rubbish. And let's say this wand is as well, and you say disenchant, then we get a whole bunch of resources, which we can use for other things. The gem anvil, we can upgrade those stones which improve things currently. Oh no, we're taking dwarven stones and turning it into an armor stone. So it turns it into a permanent thing. How many of these stones we have? 700. So we could make 3 of these. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a very good return given the fact that an armor stone gives you a 0.01 increase to your armor. But you can then make various things. Damage stones, spear damage stone, one-handed damage stone. We didn't actually cover that as a topic. We probably saw whilst we were fighting that there were pretty much every hit or every other hit, we were getting a level up, either to our archery skill or to our one-hand fighting skill. And there is this passive weapon tree, which has a level, which is a very high number, because it was going up very quickly. And this looks high for our archery, but actually, if you look at our one-handed skill, it's even higher. And basically, when you reach a certain milestone on the level, it gives you an extra bit of help. So most of them are just doing like extra one-handed damage, extra one-handed damage, extra critical damage, and then, you know, a mixture of the two. And this one says gain damage. So I think it doesn't tell you gain massive damage with one weapons. So it kind of forces you or encourages you to stick with one until you get to the end. And then it just, I guess that says 0 out of 3,000. Was that a 5? 5. So yeah, you can just keep going forever and ever, maybe. It's unclear. You know, if you find a weapon you like, you're just going to keep using it. So even though I have loads and loads of types of weapons at the bottom here, I have mostly gone with the one-handed one because it was an early one that I had, and I had already started building up the level with it. There is a scholar's desk, so we were getting levels. You can see our experience is 46,000, but in doing some of the fighting, we got books, which that's fine. And at the end, when we converted our essence, spare essence, into something, it gave us these tablets. And we have gone up quite a few levels, because I think we're on level 37. So if we go back to stats, we have, yeah, gone up. And we have loads of stat points available, so we can, you know, pick them in somewhere. So let's get endurance, dexterity again, because I like it. Again. There is a respec station, not in the ARPG kind of way, but in a respec type of thing, and you can spend your coins and go back, and maybe it says it becomes more expensive, so you can unlearn everything, I think, or just one particular thing. Although I haven't found much of a use to use my coins, and I have 55,000 beyond that, I think. There is a trader over here who will trade you dwarven stones for coins, and maybe then, you know, if I bought loads of dwarven stones, I could create loads of the flint things. Actually, are they buying? Can I buy? Yeah, I can buy. Although that is going to be relatively slow. Anyways, you can buy those in a slow way. As I say, the game probably needs some polish. Let's go to the Keeper of Time. So each of these stations you can upgrade if you have the right level and if you have the right material. So this requires, this will grant you the ability to craft desert oak planks, which is maybe an improvement. Okay, look, this one costs coins and logs and crystals, so we can upgrade that. And now we've discovered a new recipe. So in the plank station, we can not just create planks, but also desert planks, which apparently we've found some in the desert anyway, so maybe it doesn't really matter. But it's no good to us to keep all these things around. So we can just set that to craft all, and that will run in the background. And also we get experience for that, so why would you not? So yeah, these things unlock over time. We get new recipes. The portal requires this thing, which I don't know how we get, but we get them slowly over time. Maybe through going through ruptures, but this allows us to skip additional levels. So when we, instead of being able to go to 2 levels ahead, we can go 3 levels ahead. And when we complete this one, it'll complete these ones as well and give us extra bonuses as well, maybe. There is this alchemical thing which allows you to convert other materials into these materials, and these materials were the scraps and things which we were then using to level up things over here. Yes, we might as well craft all the things we can craft whilst things are happening. That's going to take a while. So, you know, for experience. Over here is your fellowship thing. So, guest groups. You can, I think you have to join Discord to join them. It seems a bit silly. And then there is this Kingdom of Acorus. I don't know what it is because I haven't joined a fellowship. Yes, you can't be on a horse to fight. Don't know, you can destroy various buildings. As I said, there's this damage training dummy over here to check your DPS. Very good. There's also a place for your mount to go when you're not riding it, or just, no, just it's here. So I guess if you had lots of mounts, you would probably see them here. And there's also some chickens, or sorry, cheek, and you know how you're really supposed to say that. But also there's a slightly weird bug in this corner, or maybe not bug, but the map is an odd shape. Well, let's just say the map doesn't align to ground. Anyway, this is Dwarven Realms, and the idea of the game is that you, during a season, there is an offline mode where you can keep your stats, but this is in the seasonal world, and there are other people playing and gaining. You may have seen the bottom left, it mentions from time to time someone's leveled up, someone's completed a rupture. But you will be able to try and get the top score, I guess, effectively. And at the end of the season, you'll be on the leaderboard. What happens in the next season, I don't know. But as this game is early access, things are ever changing. It probably makes sense to reset your characters at the moment. I think long term, if I was playing this game, I would, well, not sure if I would want it to reset, but I don't know. I'm not in that space. Anyway, if you've made it this far, you've probably liked this video, so please leave a like. If you want to see more like this, then please subscribe. And I want to thank you for watching, but ultimately, I want you to have a great day wherever it is you are. Thanks.